I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy the new look of the studio. We just switched the camera and the microphone around from one side to the other, so the background should look a little bit different and the microphone should be on different sides. But sometimes you just got to do a little bit something different. If you don't do something different, it's just the same old all the time. And you don't want to be like the wallflowers and the only difference you see is nothing. But on to today's video, where I want to talk some NFL free agency. Now, I'm not going to talk about every single player. And today, I'm only going to talk about the skill players on the offensive side of the ball. Because let's be honest, unless an offensive lineman played for your favorite college team, or unless they signed with your favorite NFL team, nobody cares where offensive linemen go, which is a shame, because honestly the skill players wouldn't be what they are without linemen. But nobody's going to sit and have a 30-minute discussion about an offensive lineman. You might talk 30 minutes about a quarterback, but you're not going to talk 30 minutes about an offensive lineman. I might come back on here later on in the week and talk about the defensive side of the ball. I want to. It's my intention to, but it doesn't mean that I'll remember to. But I wrote all these names down last night about 8 o'clock Eastern time, right before Monday Night Raw came on. So anything that happened after that, I don't have wrote down. So this is as of about 8 o'clock Eastern time last night. As always, any thoughts on it, please feel free to let me know. With quarterbacks, we have Kirk Cousins, who signed a 4-year deal with the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not a huge Kirk Cousins fan, but it's definitely an upgrade from what the Falcons had. So he'll make them better, but I just don't know how much better. Baker Mayfield re-signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ryan Tannehill, as of last night, is still on the market. Russell Wilson signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I said Kirk Cousins was an upgrade for the Falcons, and he is. And most people, by name recognition, are going to say that Russell Wilson's an upgrade for the Steelers. But I'm not convinced. Honestly, Russell Wilson hasn't been any good since his last year in Seattle. If Russell Wilson was still Russell Wilson, he'd still be in Seattle. When teams let franchise quarterbacks go, there's a reason. And he went to Denver and didn't show me diddly squat. So if he is an upgrade over Kenny Pickett, he's not much of an upgrade. I hope the Steelers have their first losing season under Mike Tomlin so we can stop hearing about Russell Wilson, who ain't been any good in about 5 years. Gardner Minshew signed with the Raiders. Saquon Barkley signs with the Philadelphia Eagles. Josh Jacobs signed with the Packers. Former Cowboy running back Tony Pollard signed with the Tennessee Titans. Austin Eckler signs with the Commanders. DeAndre Swift is now a Chicago Bear. Gus Edwards signed with the Chargers. T. Higgins gets a franchise tag from the Bengals for 1 year. Yesterday morning, it was reported that T. Higgins was asking for a trade from the Bengals. They didn't trade him, but they've got him for 1 more year, and this is probably going to be T. Higgins' last year in Cincinnati. Mike Evans, just like Baker Mayfield, re-signs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hunter Henry re-signs with the Patriots. Charlie Werner signs with the Atlanta Falcons. And Noah Fant re-signs with the Seattle Seahawks. As I said, this is just the skill players on the offensive side of the ball, and it's mainly the players that when you hear their name, you know who they are. That way you ain't got to get on Google and look up who they are because you know. And it is my intention to get on here later on this week sometime and talk about the free agent market on the defensive side of the ball. But you can get on any sports website and look at every single free agent thing that happened yesterday in the National Football League. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. Naked man was walking down the street with a woman on his back. A man on the other side of the road asked, "Where are you going?" "To a fancy dress party," says the naked man. "As what?" asked the neighbor. "A tortoise." The naked man pointed to the woman and said, "That's Michelle." And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.